I got the shade and the juice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shade and Juice. Guys, definitely make sure that you hit the subscribe button and join the family if you haven't yet done so. Also, when they have the little bell with the post notifications, make sure you put to get all notifications. That way you never miss any of my videos. As you know, we started this new segment called Shade and Juice. And I decided I was going to go ahead and do one more video this week. I think I might make it like a bi-weekly thing unless something real big comes up that I just kind of want to tell you guys. Then I'll kind of adjust it. But as of right now, I'm seeing myself doing it at least twice a week. I haven't determined what days I'm going to actually be doing it as yet. But I'll most likely determine that next week. It might be like Tuesday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday, something along those lines. Or maybe if crazy stuff happened over the weekend, we'll do Monday and Thursday. It just kind of depends. So there wasn't really too many crazy things. I just kind of wanted to put this video out there, keep the momentum going, and definitely hold myself accountable as well. So a few things that I did want to talk about. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing that I saw that was pretty big for some people, not for all of us. I mean, some of us don't even care, is that Kylie Jenner, who we spoke about yesterday, she removed her lip fillers. For some, I mean, you know, it's like, oh my God, it's a major thing, you know, but for others, like myself, it's just like, that's pretty cool. According to her, the reason why she did it is because she's a lot more confident now that she's become a mother. And I guess maybe she wants to be a good role model for her daughter. I mean, her daughter probably won't have some nice popping lips because she have black anyway. But that's supposedly the reason why she did it. I don't think she took out all of it though, because her lips still look fuller than it looked when she was younger. But according to her, she removed it all. I mean, that's another great way to kind of boost her sales. And they're probably trying to make sure that they hit that billion mark before what's expected. That's because they expect that she's supposed to hit it when she's by 21 or something like that. So I'm pretty sure they're trying to exceed those expectations. So by putting something out where it's talking about lips, I mean, that's what started the whole line in the first place, her whole lip kit. So I'm pretty sure that now she's going to be really overlining her lips, and now she can say, this is how you really do it. You know, before I was playing, I was joking. Now this is how you really do it. Safaree, he got booed off the stage here in New York. From what I read, he was in Dykeman. Dykeman is like a cross between Bronx and Manhattan. I don't think it's into the Manhattan side, although some of my previous co-workers would pretty much try to argue with that and say that they live in Manhattan. Anyways, this is an area where I used to frequently visit because when my son was really small, he went to daycare there for like 4 years until he went to preschool. So I was always over there like every day. And in that area, that's where like a lot of Dominicans reside, a lot of Hispanic people, but mainly Dominicans. And I'm not sure if Cardi B talks about that area as well. I'm not really sure which part of New York she's from or which part of the Bronx, but I kind of feel like it might be over there in that area. I know that Joe and Tihari, they used to be over there filming certain things. Remember them from Love and Hip Hop? And I actually went over there in that area one day because they were doing a casting, but I didn't make it in time. What really happened was, well, from what I read, is that they started booing him when he got out on stage. And then he was like, I guess he wanted to defend himself. So he was like, I got money though. And then he also goes to say, none of y'all could never get any of the females that I ever been with. That just hyped the crowd up even more, made them despise him even more. I mean, I really feel like he should have just kind of just did his thing, or if it was bothering him so much, he should have been like, yo, F this. But I know there's money involved, so if you're the one who gracefully bows out, you're probably going to be losing out. I don't think that he should still lose out on money because that wasn't really something that was his fault. It became a dangerous situation, so I think whatever he was supposed to get, he should probably at least get half because he showed up, he tried to do what he was supposed to do, and it wasn't his fault that it didn't go through the way it was supposed to. Anyway, so they eventually, after he did his little speech or whatever, that's when they started throwing stuff at him. And I'm just like, that's OD. Like, people, they don't have no respect nowadays. I feel like people is too into, like, just certain things. Like, y'all don't have no business doing that to this guy. Like, he's trying to make money for himself, make a name for himself. And I don't feel like there's any reason why they shouldn't like him. Like, maybe his music is not the best. Maybe it's a little outdated. Or maybe it's just the way that he performs it. That could be it. I mean, I have like 2 of his songs that I like that are saved on my phone. There's one, I forgot what they sound like now, but I know there's one with called Paradise with Sean Kingston. That's a really nice song. I'll take it to paradise. And I don't know the rest of the words, but yeah, that song is pretty good. I mean, I feel like maybe he should continue to be a ghostwriter for now. I mean, he could probably make a load of money off of that. I think he's still doing that. And he could also maybe produce. Ain't he like a producer as well? I'm not sure. I don't know too much about his resume, but I just felt bad for him because I feel like he's really trying to do something good in his life. He seems like a really good guy who just gets caught up in stupid things sometimes. But I feel like the good guys nowadays, people look at them as corny, you know, sometimes. August Alsina, he recently spoke about the fact that he was addicted to Percocet. I think that's what a few of these rappers are like addicted to, and people in the industry. I know Nicki Minaj spoke about it in several songs. I feel like there's another. Is it Future? It's one of them. Molly Percocet. That song. That's another song that's talking about Percocet. I mean, I feel like it's just glorified in the rap industry. And I feel like, why are these rappers, like, all they do is talk about drug use? I mean, what happened to good content nowadays? It's just, sometimes when I hear my son singing certain things, I'm like, don't sing that. I'm like, because do you know what they're talking about? And then I have like a whole lesson with him. He's just like, oh my God. I'm like, seriously, like, you don't need to be singing these things because what? Are you a drug addict? Or is that what you, you know, I go mad deep into it. And then like a lot of times he understands me. But it's like I have to like break down things. It's like a lot of these kids, they just feel like, oh, I'm singing this hot popular song, but they're not really listening to the lyrics. Or they're singing something, but they don't even know what it means. So yeah, the time when he fell off the stage back in 2014, he said he had a lot going on. He was like drinking too much. There was like so much going on. He also has liver issues, a liver disease. So it's like all these things were starting to take a toll on him. And after he fell off the stage, he said that he flatlined like twice and he was in a coma for a few days. I do remember that pretty well. And he said that following that, he ends up, they ended up prescribing him Percocet. And he felt a little conflicted because he knew this was something that the doctors gave him. But remember, that's another thing too. That's why doctors will F you up. I mean, because at the end of the day, they're making a whole ton of money off of writing those prescriptions. And that's continuous income that's coming in for them. And so I feel like, what happened to Tylenol? What happened to extra strength Tylenol? Like, I remember when I had my C-section when I was younger, when I had my son, all I had to use was Motrin. I was using Motrin for the whole entire time. Now, I did major surgery. Well, I did a minor surgery, and they tried to give me medicine. I didn't even want it. But eventually, I did take like 1 Tylenol throughout the whole time that I was in the hospital. And they're like, wow, like, you're so strong. And I'm just like, I don't want none of these medicines that you guys are trying to give me unless it's something that I need, like an antibiotic. I don't really want it. And I want to see what type of antibiotics and what are the side effects, because I've experienced firsthand how a lot of these drugs can cause you to have other issues. He was kind of conflicted, but he said that he reached out, I guess, to Will and Jada Smith. And Jada, she had so much love and concern for him. She started like crying when he told her the story, and it just caused him to like change his life, cut it off cold turkey, and just go through his withdrawal symptoms. And he did say that his withdrawal symptoms was worse than getting hit by a bus. Like, it was so bad, and he was able to shake it. So definitely congratulations to him. And I mean, you never know what people are going through. And like I saw someone else say, I think it was Ashley Miller, she said that addiction has no real face. Diseases have no real face. So sometimes people are like, oh, that's a crackhead right there, or that's this, or that's that. That's what you feel you typically see a person look like. But there are others that are doing these same things that they might keep themselves up well, and you'll never be able to know unless they were to tell you, or you were to actually physically see them doing something. There's so many diseases out there where people might look good, but they feel like shit inside. So it just kind of depends. Azealia Banks, Jocelyn, and Chanel West Coast, they are all up against, they're all going against Nicki Minaj. It's like that whole week or 2 weeks back to back, everybody was talking bad about Nicki. Chanel West Coast, let's talk about her first. She put up a picture that resembles something that we would see Nicki Minaj wear. And someone was like, oh, you trying to be like Nicki? She was like, no, she's trying to be like me. And I was like, damn, like, why would Nicki Minaj try to be like you? I mean, it's possible. Sometimes I feel like, even like with myself on my other channel, Samore Love TV, I feel like there's a lot of things that I've done and I've paved the way. But because I was such a little YouTuber, no one cared about me. My video made a small amount of views, but as soon as somebody else who's bigger does the same exact thing or same exact idea or style, it's glorified and it becomes trendy and they make so much money off of it. But for me, little old me, it's just like, no, girl, no. And I mean, it can be a little bit discouraging sometimes, but damn, the sun's going down. It could be a little discouraging sometimes, but it does happen. So it's possible. I mean, I don't know how likely it is, but I guess it's kind of possible. And Jocelyn Hernandez, she ends up saying pretty much the same thing, that Nicki Minaj is trying to be like her. And I'm like, doubt it, but okay. If that's what you want to say, we'll run with it. We'll go with it if that's what you think. I don't know if it's going to rain or what, but it's like the sun just totally faded. Well, I'll probably have to edit this a little bit in post because I'm gonna have to make it a little bit lighter. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. Then the biggest one out of all of them was Azealia Banks. I don't even like hardly really talking about this girl because I feel like she's just a mega troll. I don't know any of her songs. Maybe I do, but I don't know that it was her that sung it. If you guys know a song, definitely put it down below. I'm not gonna Google it. I don't care. To do all that trouble to find out what song she sung. But that's how I feel about her. I just feel like she's a mega troll. 1 minute she'll like you. As soon as she feels an opportunity or she sees that you're doing well or you're doing something big, she'll use your name in some negative connotation, and then she's gonna try to get in the blogs by using somebody that's bigger in order to come up in the world or get her name out there. I feel like that's all she's really known for. So she says that Nicki Minaj stole her idea about the mermaid thing. She's done it before. And I'm just like, how many people have done it before? Like, if you really want to get technical, what about the movie Splash? Didn't y'all take that idea from her? Or what about The Little Mermaid? Wasn't she one of the first ones that we knew as kids growing up that was a mermaid? Like, come on, get out of here. And I've seen so many other people say that they love mermaids. I mean, I personally love mermaids. I don't know if it's a Pisces thing, but I have always been infatuated with I can't even say it, mermaids. I've had like a little collection. I used to have skits that I used to do as a little kid where they would all talk to each other. They would go to school. They would do so many amazing things. And it was like something that my Aunt Liz had ordered off of like some magazine that she had. And it was like 6 of them. They all had different hair, different looks. It was so cool and I loved them. I wish I still had them a little bit. I even recently bought a blanket that has like a mermaid tail that you could just put your feet in. I've never really used it, but one day I will when I'm cold. I just got it like last year or the year before. It's like in my closet. So yeah, that's about her. Lamar Odom, he is moving to China, you guys. Supposedly he has like new management and he's moving on. I mean, I'm happy for him that he's moving on. He's not dwelling on everything with Chloe and how her relationship is doing, because I do feel like he needs to do his own thing. He needs to, because I'm probably sure that it's hurting him to see her with her new little family. That's like the life that he was supposed to have. Someone else is like taking over and doing that life that he should have been able to have. And the crazy thing about it is like this dude messed up big time, embarrassed her and everything, and she still went back to him. So I know he's probably, you know, maybe he's feeling some type of way about it. I don't really know him like that, of course. But he has new management. He's moving on. So maybe he'll be doing basketball again, but I don't know if he's, or maybe he'll be coaching. I don't know what he's going to be doing, but that's awesome for him. Hopefully he doesn't go back into any of his bad habits. Finally, the only other thing that I was going to talk about was Drake's Scorpion. It's like breaking records and things like that. And there are a few songs that I can definitely say are my favorite. Even though I'm not like a super Drake fan, I probably was more a fan of him when he was on Degrassi. But I mean, I enjoy a lot of his songs, but I'm not like, oh my God, it's Drake. You know, maybe I'll take a picture for the gram or something if I was to see him, but I'm not like super, oh my goodness. Like, I don't think I'm like that with really any artist, to be honest with you guys. Like, I enjoy their music. I enjoy whatever they do to entertain me, but I don't feel like I'm anybody's super fan. So yeah, some of the songs that I do really enjoy is In My Feelings. If you guys have me on Instagram, you saw I did the dance, and it wasn't all that, but hey, you know. I also enjoy God's Plan. I mean, that one's been out for a while. It's kind of like, oh man, this song again, you know, they played it out so much on the radio. There's another song called Elevate that I like. There's another one called Mob Ties. There's one called I'm Upset. 50,000. I don't know the words, but I like that song. Nice for What? That's another one. That one came out recent. Well, not that recent, but I know that that was another one that's been played pretty frequently on the radio, but not as much as God's Plan, I don't think. There's one called Don't Matter to Me, I believe, and then Emotionless. Emotionless, I really like that one because he had some lyrics on there that I was like, oh, yo. He was like, I know a girl that takes pictures from places she's flown to post later and make it seem like she's still on the go or something. And I was like, yes, I know a lot of people like that. I mean, I even do that sometimes, not necessarily to make it seem like I'm still on the go, but because I don't necessarily want people to know each and every move that I do. I feel like social media is so like, everything is like instant gratification. Oh, I'm here. Let me tell everybody that I'm here. But that could also be a security risk. I mean, I'm not a big social media personality, so it's not that much of a risk for me, but you kind of have to think about stuff like that. Especially, another thing is if you live alone, people know like you're not home now. So if they want to plot, they could try to plot, you know? So there's so many things like you kind of got to think about. I mean, look at what happened with Kim Kardashian. She said that she was posting everything that she was doing on Snapchat around that time. And, you know, that's instant. So that could have been a reason why they knew every step that she was doing. So yeah, definitely got to think about stuff like that. And then he was like, I know a girl happily married till she puts down her phone. And I was like, yo, I know a few people like that. Like, they're in these amazing relationships, you know, hashtag black love or whatever love. And then all of a sudden, it's like they don't even speak to their partner when they're with that person. And then there was another quote that really got to me where he was like, and this I think was all in the same verse. He was like, they always ask, why let the story run if it's fake or if it's false? You know, a wise man never said nothing at all. And that's, you know, sometimes that's just how you got to do it. I feel like that's what Beyonce does. And people don't hound her for information. If she feels like she wants to tell people something, she'll put it in a song. But other than that, like, she don't address any rumors that's been put out there or anything unless she feels like she wants to do it. And a lot of things, she'll just let it ride. It's just like, whatever, you know? And I feel like maybe that's better in some situations because nobody can confirm or deny anything, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much our rundown today of Shade and Juice. Thank you guys so much once again for watching. And like I said, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to send me any stories that you definitely would like me to talk about here. And I will give you a shout out. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one. Later.